Hi everybody, just a quick battery update. As you know, we've been doing the wiring on the bike, and once it got to turning over the bike, the new lithium ion battery was almost dead. I didn't want to run it totally to flat because you're not meant to run them flat. So when it came to charging, although it says in the instructions you can use a normal battery charger, as there's so much money, me and my brother were umming and ahhing how to charge it. So I said, sod it, we'll buy. I needed a new battery charger for some other of my machines anyway, because my lawn tractor, supposedly, I think the battery we had before this was a gel battery. It said you needed a specific charger, and obviously I only have a normal one. That battery is about 7 years old, but it's losing its charge. So I thought, well, if I go for one of these new chargers that are meant to be able to recover old batteries, see if I can get another year out of that one. And I went for this. It was, I think it was about 59 quid. I think I found it. It was about 50 quid. After I'd ordered it, I found one for 50 quid. This is one of these intelligent chargers. Turned up yesterday. I put my battery in charge, and I know it says in the instructions you can really fully charge this battery, this lithium ion battery, in 6 minutes. It took about 10 minutes to get it to 75%, and another half an hour to finish it off, top it up to 100%. Now let me just move my battery. If you can see on there, if it will focus, it's got these two normal, for your normal like car battery size. In the instructions it tells you your ampere hour. So like these are classed as large batteries, and then it's got a section for small batteries, and then you hold the mode button down for another 3 seconds and it goes on to your 6-volt battery, and then it clicks over to the lithium ion charging sequence. And at the end here it's got a repair thing where it does a trickle charge and then boosts it with a big charge. It'll be quite a good impact resistant waterproof charger. It comes with screw mounts, so you can mount it up on your wall. Come with two nice robust clamps. So you have a, hold on. This is the end of the mains lead. You've got your 240 socket that plugs in the wall, and it comes with this, so you can plug into your clamps. But it also comes with this battery fitting that's got 2 terminal connectors on there. So I think you can connect that to your bike with an inline fuse, so you haven't got to keep taking your seat off. If you've got bikes like ours where the battery's hidden away, you can just have that hanging out, plug that in, charge the battery. It's quite a neat little unit actually, nice. I charged, I'd done the lithium battery yesterday, and then I fully charged my old tractor battery, which was dead. It says you had to fully charge it, which took about an hour and a half I think, and then I put it on the maintenance cycle last night. It says it can take up to 4 hours to do the maintenance cycle, and then it reverts back to trickle charge, because this is one of those chargers like your Optimate where you can leave it on your bike. Although a lot of the research I've done on the lithium ion batteries, they don't like to have an Optimate attached to them. You know, if you're going to leave your bike in storage, they say to disconnect it. It won't discharge. But if you leave it connected, they're a little bit more complicated than just any old battery, because they've got some sort of programmable circuit board on there. See, this one comes with a neat little tester. So you can, now although the charger said it was at 75%, this was reading full. Obviously this is the technology in that it just boosts it up that last bit. And that's it for the, you know, it was just, didn't want to, you spend so much money. I think that battery was 109 quid. They're getting a little bit cheaper now. I didn't want to go buggering it up that amount of money just for the sake of a charger, which I only had a clapped out old bog standard charger. You don't know what voltage you're getting. So it says you can click it over to a low voltage. And the other thing, someone was asking me about how have I got over putting a lithium battery in my bike, because a lot of research says you can boil the battery. So what we've decided is, as you can see now, the bike's stripped down. I've got the engine out there all cleaned up, it's ready for paint, but it's too bloody cold. I've fixed my fuel tank. So once we get it all running, Pete's going to check the output from the rectifier, what we're getting at the battery. All research says as long as you're not getting over 15 volts, you won't bore your battery. The other sites say if you've got a bike which is pre-1980, you need to check your regulator if it's got one, just to check you're not putting out too much voltage. But Pete's going to check all that. That's all his bag. There's no point in me talking about electrics. I know nothing about electrics. But so the stage written now, we're just going to repaint the engine. We know that works. Repaint the bottom of the fuel tank. This Cx500 I've been going on, which is an American site. They go on about if you've got a straight through exhaust, i.e. whether you've got cut-offs or to the back, if you've got rid of your H-box, which is underneath, and you've got no back pressure, that's what they're classing as a straight through pod exhaust. You need to upjet your carbs. And this guy on there, Murray, they all seem to ask the questions. He says you need, I haven't got the bottoms off of those. This is my old carb, which I've been stealing parts off, which is a different design to my bike. But you can see the two jets in there. You've got a main jet. I think it's the air jet is the other one. You need to change them to a 90 and a 120. At the moment it's 72 and a 115. So this Murray guy says if you start off with a 90 120 setup, get it all balanced up and go from there. So I'm just trying to source the 120 jets at the moment. Then a guy at Cafe Racer Kits does the 90 jets. I've just sent him a message to see if he does the 120s as well. So it's just really a matter of finishing up the last couple of jobs. The trouble with painting your bike with spray cans is the paint is so soft, and when you're still building your bike, you know, we had it all built and the last bit was electrics, but taking the engine in and out, you can see you've scratched the paint. Now I don't know if you'd have powder coated it, I think you would be more gutted because you still would have scratched the paint, but you'd spent a lot of money. So it's difficult to know what to do. If you can totally finish your bike, electrics and everything, and then strip it down, put it back together before you do any painting. Because what we're going to have to do now is just whip that off. Going to repaint the down tube, take the covers off of here, repaint this. It's just so soft from the spray can. It seems to take forever to harden up. That got scratched when we were struggling. When I took the centre stand off, taking the engine in and out in the centre stand, absolute piece of piss. As soon as you try and do it on the side stand on jack, it's a disaster. So I might well actually slip the centre stand back on just for putting the engine back in. See, it's not too bad in here. I've got it tied up so I can have the bike vertical. I put a rope on there and I put a rope on the back, holds it straight up. That's when I clear the bench off. But that was just a where we're at sort of stage. I might well lock the the engine in the garage with a heater on overnight, get it warmed up and paint it, because I'm itching to get it. I want to get it painted this time. The mistake I made last time, because I painted it in the summer, because it said it needed to be hot. You can't win really. It needed to be a certain temperature to paint it, but then you need to get the engine in and run it up to bake the paint on. And because it's been sat there for 6 months, the paint is still so soft. It's ridiculous. And we spilt petrol over it, and paint just came straight off. Resoldered the holes in the tank. Much better effort on this one than on the old tank. There's no, you can see there, that went in really nice. You see how shiny it is? That's how you know it's a really good solder. Yeah, no petrol from that, so it's just repaint that. I'm not going to seal it, because I've been on so many sites where they go on about once it's sealed forever, and if you have a problem like we had last time with all that sealant peeling off, I'm not going to risk that this time. So I'm just going to clean it out, rinse it through, put an inline filter in, paint it on the outside. I'm going to re-lacquer the outside. I'm going to leave it with those crazy marks that's on there. I'm going to put 20 coats of bloody lacquer on the outside, cut it in, and hopefully that'll be alright. Right, a bit of a long video about nothing. I haven't put the video on of it running because it sounds bloody awesome. Oh, it does sound really good, but it's only about 2 seconds running because I had the radiator and everything. I didn't want it getting hot. Once we cured the carb problem, we had trouble with the floats sticking in the carbs, so I had to swap the floats out of the other carburetors. Don't really know why that was, because they were perfectly clean. So we're just going to get it all painted up, all back together, and then it will be, if Pete gets the other engine fixed in the meantime, we're going to put that back in, see if we can get that running. Then we know we've got a couple of good engines. That's it, guys. That's a bloody good charger, that is. You've got to think about all these things when you're costing it up. Someone asked me the other day how much I'd spent and was it worth it. I think we're probably getting around the £3 mark, which you can buy yourself a decent bike for that. So, but it has been fun doing it. All the cuts on the knuckles and the internet research. It's been good, and speaking to people gets you back into the bike scene when you've been out of it for a bit. So it's been quite good. Anyway, this might be too long and I might end up doing another one. Okay, bye.